Hey guys, and welcome to my analysis of Greaves. Svenskeren'S, sorry about that. It's really late right now, but I figured I'd record this video because a lot of people requested this. But anyways, I'm gonna go through the champs like really quickly. I'm just gonna wait for Svenskeren to pick Greaves based off their champions we see. So I don't remember when he picks it, but they first pick Aatrox of physical, and enemy team has already Alistar's in. He hovers Lee Sin, and I'm assuming just picks for bot lane, and then Jensen picks LeBlanc. Actually, no, he picks Lucian. So let me start off by saying I really like having Braum on my team as Graves because it just helps you stack up his passive more easily because you're a long range AD carry as a jungler, obviously. And if people build tab eyes, it's really good because Braum has a lot of hard CC, and then they'll be more vulnerable in terms of like their boot purchase, because if they can't move for CC from your autos, then it doesn't matter. And in terms of the jungle matchup for Grizz versus Inzao, I definitely think that it's a 50-50 matchup early game, and then after that, Grizz just is way more useful in terms of DPS. Inzao just has like more unknown potential to him in team fights with more versatility. But aside from that, let me just make sure I'm recording so I don't waste all my time, and I'm recording, so we're good. Alright. So Alistar's one of the champs I hate playing the most as Graves. The supports, the top three have been like Pyke, Braum, Alistar, and if you pick Braum, then Graves is very good. Braum's also really good with like Kindred as well, but I think Graves is probably the best support to play with Braum with, like I said, for the reasons above. Merc Tread versus Tab Eyes and the CC, etc. So here he picks Graves, and I'm assuming this is where no, Jensen doesn't pick LeBlanc this game. I forgot what he played this game actually. Because at this point they're pretty much all magic or all fizz damage. I need some magic damage. I think he picks an early game mid laner though. And so far from what I've seen, Svenskeren'S had the best, greatest performance at Worlds because the win rate's 25%. But yes, if you're wondering, Svenskeren'S did ask me for Graves tips before he left, and I only told him like mechanically there's nothing to learn. I had to pick Ari, right? And that he should just do red into Krugs and then path accordingly to your Krugs, because Krugs are just so easy for Graves to do. You have so much golden XP, and once you have your first rotation down, then the next few rotations of your Krugs give you more gold XP, or more XP, not gold, sorry. So we pick Ari mid, and I actually don't even remember this game, honestly. I just remember Svensson going like 8 kills or something. Alright, they go Victor top. So this is why I like Graves this game. Enemy team doesn't have the strongest early game, and therefore Graves can have free reign. So Victor top weak, Rise weaker than Ari, and the jungle matchup, like I said, is 50-50. As far as bot lane, Kai'Sa, Alistar scale like crazy, but Kai'Sa isn't the strongest AD carry. Like Lucian, Braum is so much stronger early game, and that can like lead for Graves to like have some gank opportunities bottom. As far as mid lane, obviously it's Ari versus Victor, so he's gonna have cleanse, or sorry, Rise versus Victor, he's gonna have cleanse. I forgot they didn't swap yet, so that might be a bit harder to pull off. As far as top lane, it's a hard counter to Aatrox. I'm sure you're all aware of the Victor top in your solo queue games. And yeah, let's just get started, see how it goes. I've never done an analysis like this. I've done coaching and such, but a lot of people requested me to do this on Graves because, let's be real, there's no better Graves than me. I actually skip forward. I'm not gonna wait like fucking 3 minutes for this. I don't have much else to say. Just where he like spills water. No, not this game. Holy fuck, I would have waited like 4 minutes. Alright. So, he is on blue side, which is probably the side I love the most to be on as Graves. Because most people don't ward this brush at the bottom right, and you can like always cheese gank bottom level 2. If not, then you just get crab most likely. The thing that's like really necessary in this meta for me is Graves is having mid party. So I'm assuming if you're not 5-fire, you'll have priority in this lane as Ari, because you won't say like Vlad can outpush an Ari, or Vlad will not push a Rise, right? So pretty much just a basic 5-point, no invades from anyone. I would have actually liked to see a top side invade perhaps, because Aatrox and Graves I think can beat Zinzao Victor early game, because Aatrox level 1's crazy and Graves level 1's better than Zinzao, but you know, they want to play it safe and just play off their themselves rather than enemy team messing up. So let me just see how long this game is. It's 38 minutes, it's gonna be a long one. Right before I go to bed, perfect timing. Alright, so Svenskeren'S just start red, and I guess he's going leashless, which is fine. Typically, I do go leashless sometimes if my teammates are good players in solo, which is rare, but you can go leashless on Graves, which is great. And Xin Zhao is also going leashless, but the difference is that Graves does not have to tank autos. If you look at Svenskeren'S health, he should always be full health. He should not even be taking a single auto. So Svenskeren'S actually listened to me, and no, he went to crap early game this time. I don't really like this route by Sven, honestly, because he should know this is warded. Worst case scenario, just ease over the wall, and odds are this side isn't warded, but that's fine. If you want to like go for early crab or early blue buff invade, that's the best route. Like even Xin Zhao did Krugs this game. Xin Zhao's not like known as a level 2 Krug taker. That's interesting. Now he just goes Raptors, wow. So I guess everything I told Svenskeren'S just ignored. But that's obviously completely fine because he won this game. He actually popped off. I like the word from Licorice. Spot sells Xin Zhao. I'm actually not liking Svenskeren'S route this game. I mean, if Xin Zhao's a better early game than you, why not just vertical jungle and swap? Because you can clear faster and maybe you'll have a gank opportunity bottom or just a better recall. So it actually goes to his blue here. But Sven's on his wolves? Wait. How did he get out path this hard early game? See, even like the enemy junglers picking Graves out their blue. Actually, I think I missed the early game of this one. I didn't see Svenskeren'S droughting, but I don't like this clear by him at all. It actually, like, you clear faster than any jungler, and you have the health is clear. Instead of going for this route, like, his XP right now should be, like, just hit level 3, barely. He should have just went red, Krugs, crab, and then to enemy blue buff, because he hit 3 off the crab, but so be it. I think he went for the crab trying to like 2 crab Xin Zhao, and then he realized that once the word showed him that Xin Zhao already did Krugs and was going to that crab. At this point in the game, all the 90-second words are expired, the early game place ones, so yeah, it's just dead, honestly. Perfect time, he just went for the CS and free first blood. And like, you should never want to see that happen as Graves. If you're playing against Xin Zhao gets an early kill like that, it's just really bad. So now right now, Svenskeren'S should be level 4 right now. But from his bad early pathing, he's really behind. I don't know why he wouldn't just do the exact same route. Really strange to me, actually. I guess he wasn't expecting Xin to do Krugs. I mean, I wouldn't expect that either, but still in a competitive game, when you have mid priority and bot priority, Krugs were the go-to here, because you still have the priority on the crab anyways. I don't know if he has Water Walking or Gathering Storm, but it looked like he really wanted to not get 2 crab, which is not even a big deal early game. Wow. This is why I've been doing something different with Graves. Like, basically I just drop my early ward, and I just recall and buy a red trinket, and then it's like on a 60 to 70 second cooldown, something like that. And then when I would walk down right there, I would just sweep and then see if it's worded, and then obviously it was worded, so you would have wasted less time. Just walked all the way bottom and had less time to path accordingly to the crap that's spawning top side. But luckily for him, Xin Zhao just showed bot side. You can tell by how aggressively Alistar is playing. Like, they don't win this lane 2v2. And I'm sure like both laners know it's either like the intimidation factor, the mind games, or they're actually getting ganked. Because right now they're down 1,000 gold. Graves is like, his pathing early game was really terrible. Honestly, I'd rather get my Krugs out of the way early game rather than like get 2 crab. I don't mind that bad. Getting 2 crab isn't that bad early game. It's just the fact that an early game champion like Xin Zhao gets like free early game grabs that he shouldn't be getting most of the time if he had advantage in the right lanes, which he did, but Now he's just gonna reverse clear, I guess, according to his Krug respawn timer. So it's just been like an early game farm fest, but he could have just done this farm fest way better. Just where they like kill no one, and then they almost kill Lucian. I remember this. I think if Zeyzal had Ignite, they would have probably gotten a kill there, or very close to it. But anyways, if you want to like farm to 6 and get as much gold as possible, it's best to do your Krugs as fast as possible. So I don't really like Svenskeren'S routing this game. He's up half a level or a level right now, but could be way more because he hasn't ganked yet, or he just verified bottom one time. Then he goes towards Wolves, and I guess just goes to his red. None of his gang lanes are really gankable. Like, again, the mid lane matchup is Rise with the cleanse, so unless he has a cleanse down from a trade, it's really going to be hard to gank that, especially without red buff, because if Graves just walks up to Rise, he just gets snared, and there's no follow-up, unless Ahri lands a charm, obviously. Alright, so he's on red right now, and top lane is actually not that ahead. I think in the first game, like, Licorice got destroyed top lane. He was up down like a lot of CS, and Danny solo killed. I think it was the first game. So it's been a while since the series have concluded, but I figure I got the video out of the way because people wanted to see it really bad. I feel like he should have started Dragon right now. He should have already known in a competitive game when you know where the enemy jungler is. Thank you. Like, you start Dragon, like, you know he's at his red buff. But luckily for Sven, they have a really stronger early game, which is what most of the teams at Worlds were drafting for. You can just do Dragon without enemy mid laner having priority early game. He should be closing in on his warrior, and that's pretty much your best early game power spike. I definitely feel like Svenskeren'S got outpassed this game, though, even though he's up CS, like Sven, or not Sven, Xin made the difference early game. Like, that's really bad play. You never want to E into someone like that. You always want to get the auto off, get the movement speed, and decide if you want to E backwards or forward. You never E in blind like that, because Alistar might be there, maybe Victor TP's behind you, and you have no escape except your R recoil and your flash. That's why if you've watched me play Kai'Sa jungle, Graves jungle, even Kindred jungle, I just lead with autos, and then I determine based off their movements if I want to E forward or backward. But lucky for Sven, to get so ahead of this game doesn't matter how reckless he plays. I like the blue buff invade as well. Again, mid priority and bot priority. Really stronger early game lanes. Oh, this is the game he had solo killed in. That's not too big of a deal. Actually, Victor kind of shits on Graves, to be honest. One of Graves' biggest weaknesses are shields, and Victor's Qmax shield is fucking crazy. So Zinzao just goes and clears vision, and again, this is why I don't like Afrika's draft. Like, they pick Zinzao, but they pick weak early game lanes. If anything, the comp should have been different, and then Zinzao takes over early game. But it feels like Svenskeren'S just got to like free farm early game, and just get a lead from Zinzao, even though he got the proper gank off mid. So there's actually been like no actual good ganks by him so far early game. Which again, Graves isn't that great of a ganker, he's more of a quick cleanup, frontliner, etc. If you watch me play him, I play him with frontliner. But if he has warrior gold off Wolves, you should probably just recall and set up for the crab bot side. Yep, looks like he does. This is really reckless by Licorice. It's weird because he doesn't make mistakes that often, but this one was pretty bad. I mean, I'm not a top player, I'm not going to judge that play. That's not the goal of this video. Alright, so Svenskeren'S has his warrior. This is where like you're very strong, and you can beat Zinzao 1v1. Again, the stage of the game where Zinzao beats Graves is like 1 to 3, depending on how many stacks he has on his E. Especially with the armor nerfs early game, or I mean the 80 nerfs, minus 380. It's actually a lot for early game. People will underestimate how much that is. But obviously scaling up later, it's like not that big of a deal. I like this play by Sven, but he took like way too long to push mid. He should have already been like instantly, okay, gotta push mid. It's in a bad spot, enemy mid's dead, and just instantly push mid. Because imagine if like Zin and Victor already got there and you couldn't push anymore. But free kills like that is how Graves starts popping off, especially if you're running Gathering Storm. Goes to Krug, sees a fight happening bottom. And if you notice, Afrika backs off because Licorice has TP advantage, but I'm pretty sure in a 3v3, C9 would probably win at this point. Because Graves is just so much stronger than Xin Zhao in 3v3s if played properly with Braum. Braum is just perfect counter to Xin Zhao when you have a Graves on your team. Just a range advantage. So there's Krugs again. I think he goes for a block cleaver this game, which I started doing this as well. I feel like it's better for my playstyle. If you watch my recent streams or videos, whatever, I go to Storm Razor, but that's I feel like super snowballed. I don't build it that often anymore. It's a really good item on him though, don't really get me wrong. That was funny. Alright, so now they're forcing a play bottom, but Victor has TP and it's kind of dangerous. They have no words behind them. I like this play by Svenskeren'S though. This is really good. So when I'm playing against a jungler like Xin Zhao's Graves, actually I play it. It's not that big of a deal. You want to look to siege towers whenever you can. If you see the enemy support like roaming or recalling or, you know, enemy jungler showing topside, you just want to siege towers ASAP. Because you have the range advantage like this. Svenskeren'S can like bully them off the tower so easily. And you get first split tower 12 minutes or 13 minutes. It's very good. When I play ranged junglers, this is what I would do mid-season. I don't really do this anymore very often, but it's still very viable, especially in this matchup. Let's say I'm against like a Warwick jungle. Warwick's issue is sieges, and Graves' strength is sieging towers and wave clear. So you can go for those towers easily. And if they have like a weak early game support, I don't know, like Janna or Lulu or something. I mean, Lulu's in that week, but you get the idea. Like, if they have an Alice, they're so much harder to like set up a dive or zone them off their tower when you know where everyone is. But I like that play by Sven. Very good. And actually just clears bot side. Either look for the dragon. I mean, Infernal is always worth looking for. So I wouldn't even go start Rift yet. I would just focus on getting Infernal. Because if you look at the vision bot side, it looks like Afrika has everything on point. If they can know if Sven goes for it. But instead he goes top side. I feel like Zin should be the one soloing Drake right now, trading Rift for Dragon. Because Zin can do Dragon really easily. And I guess that's what they end up doing, wow. It's good play by Afrika. I mean, all their vision timed out, but it was enough time. You can see Sven was like doing crab or like walking bottom, and then he's like, no, I gotta do Rift instead. Which he did end up doing, which isn't the end of the world. Yeah, Friend will be nice on Graves though for sure. Because if you know, Infernal like amplifies your AD, and Graves doesn't build defensive, he builds like offensive / defensive items. So if he builds like an MR item, it's like a Maw or a Mercurial Scimitar, so that AD gets amplified. He doesn't build like, you know, Spirit Visage or Adaptive Helm, items Xin Zhao gets. But again, just utilizing the full clear rotation. Probably gonna get blue to Jensen as well. And I like the Phage Rush because they're not really fighting right now. And Phage gives them more survivability compared to Hex Shrink. Because if he fights Xin Zhao, then there's obviously no defensive stats from that because Hex Shrink gives you a shield and MR. But if he fights anyone, he gets the health and the AD and the movement speed from the passive bonus. So I like the fact that he's building Phage rather than a Hex Shrinker Rush right now. Again, Afrika's solo lane's like hard scale, and he's gonna need a Hex Shrinker. Actually, I don't remember if he builds one, but if he doesn't, that's kind of weird. Alright, so C9's forcing. Alright, this is the play where I really don't like how Svenskeren'S plays it, and I've talked about this on stream. So Grizz has Smite up, Flash up, and Ult up. So let's see what happens. He should be already positioned here. He shouldn't be walking along this line because there's nothing to auto. He can't auto behind this wall, but he can auto behind this wall, you know what I mean? So it's already like positional mistake, but I like how he's playing backline right now because obviously if he gets heart CC'd by anyone who's dead, he doesn't have Merc Tread, doesn't have Hex Drinker. So he's waiting for someone to be vulnerable, which is good. Lion's ult. Actually, I'm use my. Okay, this is where I don't like what he does. He played this really poor, but luckily Red Smite's busted. So let's watch this again. So he has every spell up we can't see because of the replay system, but again, he should have already been here autoing. Autos, that's a mistake. If you want to like hard commit, you flash over the wall to like close the gap, and then once he flashes away, you can flash on him because he could have just flash auto E'd and then QR the direction he was going, but instead he just opts to flash, which I don't agree with. And I agree with the 2v2 though. I think they should have went for this 2v2 for as Graves and Ari versus Zhao Victor. But yeah, he hits that. He should have flash E'd. If he's gonna follow that hard, you flash E. You don't E flash because then you miss out on the animation cancel on your auto attack E. See, like he just shields everything. Bear in mind, Xin Zhao has tab eyes at this point, so he's stronger than Gary. That was a really bad flash by Mowgli, by the way. He has like half health. What are you flashing away from? Aatrox is like 0-5. At this point, everyone thought C9 was losing, but if you look at the goal, they're only down like 800. And I personally did not think C9 would win this game to get hard outscaled in like every lane, except jungle, which ends up being the lane carrying. No one expected him to win this game. This was crazy. Yeah, Graves finishes Black Cleaver, so he has a 20% CR, his health, and he's in a really good spot, but the rest of his team, not so much. He has all their kills. But again, Svensken could play that cleaner, proc this Triumph earlier, and perhaps gotten a few extra autos off on Mowgli. That's why I didn't like it. He also ends up getting like chunked for 15% for free. And he's playing too like defensive with how fed he is. So Sven, if you're watching this, flash auto attack E if you want to commit, especially over the wall. People need to see a replay or saw this. Alright, so next Dragon's Mountain. And again, like I said, look at Xin Zhao's build, he has tabs. This is not what you want as Guriz, but when you have a Braum Ari, it's really good. So C9 kind of baited the enemy team in picking these, like, or building tab eyes. Because if they build tab eyes, sure, Graves and Lucian do less damage, but they get CC'd way longer. It's kind of concept in LCS where they, like, there was like a weird meta where people would pick like 180 carry, like Kai'Sa Varus, and then the rest of their team would go like Hearts CC. So if they build tab eyes, their AD carry does less damage, but then since their whole comps like tanks with CC, they get CC'd for so much longer. I think TSM was winning comps like that during NALCS. But anyways, at this point, Greers should just be grouping with Braum. If you want to get a pick, it's off Braum because no one else on your team has set up, unless it's like Ari, but Ari's really weak right now. It's just one item. So I think this is a play here, top lane, which ends up turning around the game because Afrika has no vision in their jungle. Zayzal lets an SQ just fucking tower dive his ass easily. No armor. Look at that. See how long he gets CC for? That's the only way to kill a Victor with tab eyes. That was really like perfect play by Zayzal, Sneak, and Svensken. They just hard committed, had Zayzal tank the tower, and then just CC them one by one. Like Sneak didn't even have to flash. Svensken didn't have to flash. They just knew that no sums up from the last fight. And once one of them CC from the long range they have, it's perfect. But they knew like enemy bot lane showed 3, so that was perfect play by Svenskeren. He didn't get any autos in, but he's too long range and there's creeps in a way, so he put that to the best of his ability. Really well played. But that's what I'm saying, like, again, if Rise goes tabs, then he gets CC'd longer, but he can live, like, longer if he's not CC'd, obviously. It's kind of like an opposite in the mid and top lane. Both had different ideas. Rise thinks he's, like, gonna play for the Ari charm, but, like, have you seen Ari go for him? This is a mistake by Mowgli, but I've seen this clip so many times. If Mowgli turned an auto blue buff, I'm pretty sure he lives. If he autoed and Q'd, he lived with the life steal you get. That was like a free kill for nerds. I guess Svenskeren'S does end up getting Hexdrinker good. At this point, like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even beat Victor or Rise. They both beat him 1v1, but he knows, if he's smart, he knows this, and he just plays off his Braum, the CC they have. Nathan Drake, always nice to get as Grizz, because you can tank Baron really a lot, even without having armor or life sticks or E. So you can just end up like forcing Baron fights with 8 stacks on your armor. Passive, true grit, whatever. If you guys haven't noticed, like pretty much the whole of Freaka's lineup is magic damage, but I mean obviously Kaz has Stormrazor and they have Xin Zhao, but it's gonna be hard for Xin Zhao to touch this team with a Braum and Ari. So Svenskeren like itemizing entirely for Merc Treads and Hexdrinker is very good versus Rise Victor, they're mostly gonna be on him. I mean even Kai'Sa, like I said, or Alistar. It's pretty much halfway done. So again, just taking your Krugs whenever you can off rotation. If you just time the cap, I believe it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes now? I think crabs were changed to 2:15. But I'm telling you guys, those Krugs, you gotta get those Krugs early game out of the way as soon as possible. Unless you know the enemy junglers like counter jungle your Krugs, and you don't have to do them, but I don't even know if the XP works like that, I kind of forgot. I don't think it does, so you have to clear them yourself. So I like how aggressive they're playing for vision, but they're not even ahead. I feel like if a Freaka like forced to fight at this point without like Alistar being bottom, I don't know why the fuck Alistar is bottom at this point. He's warding for the split push, but like, who can catch this Victor? He just Q autos and he's out of there. Ari, I guess? Braum with Mobies? It's literally just one bad word for split pushing. Like, if Alistar was topside, they could just force a fight, because again, they outscale and they're already ahead. So if they just win one fight, the game's pretty much over. And they can get a Baron or just like start shoving more ways for more gold and XP for free. One day, obviously, outscale. And at this point, the people that should try to kill are Lucian and Graves. Obviously, they have all the kills, all the gold. Ari has 2 items, but she's not that strong. She's just more of a CC bot for now. Look how scared they are. Like, Svenskeren's doing whatever he wants. He just... Look at this is funny as well. Svenskeren just walks up and autos for free. Like... I don't think he should be able to do that. Look at this. I mean, Tucson missed his combo, but still. Like, Svenskeren's just doing whatever he wants. He's getting free damage. That's what you want as Gears. As an auto attack range champ, you want to get free autos in before hard committing, like I said many times. Rice throws a fucking spell and he's out of there. Liquor's frontlining as much as you can. And at this point, it doesn't even look like C9's winning. Like, look at their health bars. Whole enemy team's like all full health. Only Alistar's inting. The issue here was Victor was so they couldn't chase. Or they probably would. And then once Victor's back, look at this hard CC. No Merc Treads, you're fucking done with the CC from Ari and Braum. Look at that, they can't move. Even that was Rise at that. Like, it's crazy. And it's like they're just getting picked off one by one. So what C9 wants, because they know they can't win a team fight, but if they get like free damage and like just focus one target one at a time, they can probably win. I like this Baron start. Hopefully Sven's using his E. I can check to get armor stacks if they know they're gonna turn. I don't like autoing the ward though. No point to. Either you're turning or not turning, but Sven's gonna stay, like, he's taking no damage, he has no armor except from his E, like I said. You finish it. Sven gets an ult, gets a kill, and that's pretty much all she wrote. You'll never move with those tabs. They've already been picked off one by one the whole game. So sure, Svenskeren'S playing well, but it's also enemy team's playing really bad. Like, he's playing backline enough to be aggressive, which is what you want to do in a competitive environment. You can't play too aggressive, because if you do, you'll probably end up losing the game because you have all your team skills. But look how aggressive he is in interfaces. Like, no one's going in on him. I don't know why, though, to be honest. Like, look at Kramer. He's literally at Raptors. But look at their health bars. Like, it doesn't even look like Sienna can win this, but Kura again, or Keen, out of mana. And then when he's recalling about to TP, their team just gets caught one by one. Absorb as much damage as you can. Hex Drinker, Triumph, boom. What the hell did he say? Licorice is like, oh, this is what it feels like to be a Shinshin. Get shit on in lane, win the game. And at this point, again, their siege isn't that much better versus Victor Rise, but they have Ahri, so if anyone gets charmed, they're just dead. There's no QSS on enemy team. And if they get charmed, then Braum just ults on top and they get a free pick. Unless it's like Alistar, obviously, using an ult. Or Rise with Banshees. That's why I dig C9's comp this game. I don't like having Grizz too much fizz damage, but when you have the CC to back it up, it's good. like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Is no one like on the same page, or there's like no communication at all? Because Victor like destroys Graves as a champion. Everything about his kit just destroys Graves. But C9 just played so well as a team, single targeting one person at a time. They didn't have to like force anything that hard. But yeah, at this point from Sven's kind of like to see like a, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what I'd build. They have 40% CDR from your items. Double longsword. I actually have no clue what that is. I would have built a GA or rapid fire this game. Just for the range. Depends how, I mean, they can't really kill him unless he positions really poorly at CC'd. So maybe a Merc Scimitar would be good this game. QSS. First, obviously. Because I don't know what those longswords will actually create. He's not going Lethality Gears, obviously. He's gonna have Dark Harvest. He's gonna have the rune page for that. I don't know, it's actually weird. I want to see what he builds as his last item. Or next item. I don't feel like this game should have ever swung in C9's favor. A Freak of Freaks just had to like pull the trigger. And they had the tools to kill Graves for sure. Really strange to see. Yeah, look at the jungle difference right now. Svenskeren has like 3 items. Mowgli has like 1.5. Not counting boots, obviously. And then like, see, while the team's sieging, he's doing the Krug, so he wants to just be as efficient as possible. They don't need them for a siege yet. When the creep wave arrives, that's when they need them. Unless they're gonna hard force, see? That's how you get jungle extended leads. Everything snowballs slowly. But surely. One step at a time. But at this point, they're just unsiegeable. Ahri just does too much, and so does Braum. They just, I don't know, like the whole team isn't on the same page. So So yeah, C9's playing well, but Afrika's played fucking horrible in this game. See, like, Svenskeren can never walk up to Victor, it's impossible. That champion just hard count, even if you have Maw, like, he will never kill him. Wait. You guys want to see something funny? Look at Victor's boots, right? 39.41. Look at Victor's boots, that's fucking hilarious. Imagine having to sell your boots because you thought you were going to split push against Aatrox the whole game. Yeah, right. C9 actually hard outplayed them with their comp. So hard that they bought the wrong items or wrong boots. That's fucking hilarious. Maui wasn't smart enough apparently to trade his boots in. At this point, just like front and back, one by one, DPS, stun, game's over. So Svenskeren'S ends the game 9-1. And another NA team, or not another NA team, another Western team takes the stage and showcases they can actually play the game. I mean, they play pretty well. I'm not gonna take anything away from them, but I think Afrika's played horrible. They won early game and then utilized early. They were just going in one by one. Like, that was sad to watch. It's really weird to watch actually, because you pick a scaling comp, you win early game, you never force. You just like have Alistar ward Raptors while they rift topside. That was really weird. Anyways, I think that's about it. I want to see the damage dealt. Do they show damage dealt? I actually don't even know. Well, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this kind of video. A lot of people requested it. So if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, let me know in the comments what you want to see next. And aside from that, I love you all. Hope you have a nice day, and take care, guys. See ya.